Hey everyone, welcome back to Miniature Painting 101, a series of videos where we teach you all about painting miniatures from start to finish and everything in between, including Orky Teef once again, but this is smaller Orky Teef. Just on a normal orc boy. I was asked after last week's video, how would I just paint normal Orky Teef on an orc boy with a set of colors, you know, not that much variation. So it's okay, we're going to paint this orc knob today. And as you see, he has the nice open mouth, which is what I like. So we'll start off with painting the tongue and the gums, which is what I always start with when I'm painting the teeth. Always you go inward and paint outwards. So we're going to start off with Mephiston red and just paint the very top of the gums, the bottom of the gums as well. There's one small section, but mostly the top of the gums and the tongue. And we're going to paint this with reds, build up the reds, and then paint the teeth. I like saying teeth instead of teeth. It's fun to mispronounce things intentionally. Go orcs. So as I said, the key with this is obviously take your time. I thin down all my paints with lamium medium. That way they go nice and thin, don't clump up, especially when you're painting multiple colors on a small detail such as the teeth. Now I'm just going to go highlight with Caribou Crimson. Now the thing is with teeth is that you want to paint each one individually. You don't want to quickly overbrush them, because what that could end up happening is smearing the paint in between the teeth. You want to have a distinct separation between each tooth, and that's bring them to life essentially. So right now I'm just bringing up the top of the tongue, the raised parts of the tongue and the raised parts of the gums with Caribou Crimson. Once again, thinning it down to lamium medium, and that way we have the nice red, the bright red to contrast the greens and to contrast the bone tones that we'll be painting the teeth with. So it'll really make the tongue pop. So now that the teeth are done, the gums are done and the tongue, we're going to start painting the teeth. So I'll start with Baneblade Brown once again, thinning down and painting each tooth individually. Now it was originally primed black, so if you want you can leave a little bit of the black between the teeth, and that way just you have a distinct separation between the two. Or you can use the darker colors to create this effect and the lighter colors to bring out. But that's what I like to do. I like to paint each tooth individually, one at a time. That way each one is distinct and you can clearly see, as you can see right now, there's a clear separation between the teeth. And if you end up going too clumpy, the paint gets in between them and you ruin the separation between the two. So now we're just going to take our time, get a nice foundation on these teeth, and there's not going to be a lot of colors. I'm only using a few colors as I did in last week's tutorial. But as I said, the key is just to take your time, go individually, build them up one tooth at a time. As you see, I'm using a very nice fine detail brush. This is a 00, it has a nice fine tip, and I'm clearly going slow and steady. And I'm constantly loading my brush because with small amounts of paint, it tends to dry out quickly on your tip. And same thing with the teeth on the bottom. You paint them outwards, of course, each one distinct. And that's about it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a jagged pattern. I don't want to build it up really clean. I like my teeth with orcs a little bit more jagged of the pattern. So we're going to work our way towards two bone tones as we did last week with Ushabti Bone and with Screaming Skull, and then build it up on the teeth as we go. But now I'm just going to finish up with the final coat of this foundation. And as you see, now after that, now we'll go with some Ushabti Bone. And this is the next step. I'm not going to ever use a white. I don't like to paint white on the teeth. I like to go with bone tones because they should have nice pristine teeth. They should be off-white, right? So now I'm just going to paint them. And as you can see, I'm leaving a good amount of Baneblade Brown at the top. And I'm just going a little bit crooked. As you can see, I have a little bit of a, if you look carefully, you can see there's a bit of a jagged pattern to it for the teeth. That way it just has a bit more animalistic, more dirtiness to it. Once again, thinning down my paints, taking my time, and just going a little bit at a time, each tooth independently. And as you see, just building up the brightness as we go. But they do look nice and shiny, good enough to steal, as orcs do. And then finally, after that is done, we're just going to paint the very bottoms of them with Screaming Skull as well. And but I'm just taking my time, as you can see, and doing just a very nice, deliberate coat, one tooth at a time, building it brighter and brighter. That's the way to go. Just take your time, be careful with these nice fine details. You don't want to screw them up at the end. And you see I clearly leave separation between the teeth. And then finally with Screaming Skull, one more time, the very base, the very tips, bottom parts of the top teeth and the very tops of the bottom teeth. I'm going to just paint and keeping that jaggedness with the brightness, and as you see, it'll end up blending a little bit better together in the end because it is thinned down. But this really brings those teeth to life. But as you see, it has a clear separation and has a very almost animated appearance to them. Makes them very has a strong character to them. And with each step, of course, you can use less and less paint. I typically use a wet palette anyway, so it maintains the paint. And that's Orky Teef in a nutshell. You know, with larger ones, you can go a little more jagged and with a pattern. But that's it. And in the end, this is what the model looks like when it's completely done. As you can see, there's a bit of a gradient of colors. You can clearly see the red gums and the tongue, and then the browns reaching from the Baneblade brown to the Ushap T-bone to the Screaming Skull, and it really brings out the teeth. And that's it.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Miniature Painting 101. I really hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next week's episode, part 139, which is just around the corner. Leave comments in the comment section down below of what you want to see in future videos, and I'll do my best to make sure every suggestion happens. Yes, the goal is to cover everything I can possibly cover in this series, so thank you as always for watching. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting, everyone.